As we get closer to the 2022 NFL draft, we're going to keep looking at positional players. Today, we got the tight ends of the 2022 class. We're only going to bring you 2 tight ends. And just being honest, the reason we're bringing you 2 tight ends is because we struggle to see any other tight ends that are going to be relevant in fantasy or in Dynasty. Of course, there will probably be 1 or 2 that we don't talk about today who end up being relevant, but it's really hard to predict who that will be. So the 2 guys that we're going to bring to you today, we really believe in. We think that they can have a Dynasty impact. And I'm going to give you 2 names in order. So my second tight end in this draft is Jalen Weidermeyer out of Texas A&M, 6'5", 255 pounds. He's a junior. It was a pretty unimpressive year statistically. 40 receptions, 515 yards, only 4 touchdowns. He started off the year really slow, but you have to keep in mind, if we contextualize that, his quarterback was gone and all the pieces around him as a team, like everything completely changed. So he really struggled earlier in the year and then found his form later on in the year. Everyone pretty much had Weidermeyer as their top tight end in this class before the year began. I do think he's probably going to be the second tight end off the board at this point, but he's still a very, very good tight end, someone who can contribute to any team and can be very fantasy relevant. Ideal height and weight for a tight end 1, 6'5", guys, 6'5", 255 pounds. He is a big body, great athlete, quick feet, high IQ. Because he used to play wide receiver, he's got a really good route tree behind him. Natural pass catcher. He's 6'5", so you have to think about it. In the red zone, this guy's an instant threat. You can just throw the ball up to him, let him make a play. And I was impressed with what he could do in his yak game. Some weaknesses, he's not a very good blocker. Not very good at all. Very underwhelming as a blocker. And I think that's because he's got limited power in his upper body, in his hands, so he can't really get off the line. It doesn't really even play on the line all that much as a blocker. So that is something that I definitely think that he can improve. However, I'm not sure he's ever going to be an elite blocker. He reminds me a little bit of O.J. Howard. I think he'd be great on the Jets, Giants, Titans, Cardinals. Let's talk about my number 1 tight end. I think it's probably going to be everyone's number 1 tight end. It is very clear Trey McBride absolutely balled out of Colorado State. 6'4", 260 pounds, coming out as a senior. He had 90 receptions this year, 1,121 yards, 1 touchdown. Thought there would be more touchdowns. I can't lie. I definitely thought there'd be more touchdowns, but still, you watch the tape, it's very, very impressive. And in any tight end premium leagues or PPR leagues, you can see how he would bring value to your dynasty team instantly. I do think he is the best tight end in the class. He stayed out an extra year despite a lot of people telling him to go to the draft last year. I think it really, really worked out for him. Played 3 sports in high school. You can see that in the way that he plays. He's just a pure athlete. Strong guy, very gritty blocker, not afraid to smack someone in the mouth. You know, some of these modern day hybrid tight ends are a little bit more afraid to do that, but he's a very, very good blocker. Almost like George Kittle-esque type blocker. Battles in the trenches, has that heart and that passion for the game. Strong hands, can catch the ball in traffic, or he can go up one-on-one. Very difficult to bring down in the open field. Very difficult because he's so damn strong. This is a very complete tight end. If there's one complaint I have, it's that his route running is a little bit rigid. It's not surprising many people where he's going when he's running his routes, but it's worked for him. I just want to see him improve that in the NFL. If I'm going to comp him to someone, combination of 3 players, Hunter Henry, George Kittle, Tyler Higbee. I kind of see him as a combination of those 3 tight ends. I would love to see him in New York with the Jets, preferably, or the Giants, Titans, Packers, Jags. Those are all good fits. Any tight ends that you guys are super interested in that you want us to make content about, let us know, because these are the only guys we're super interested in, but maybe we could be wrong. Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.